What's up, guys? Today in this video, I'm going to just go through my week for this week's winning streak. If you guys follow my Instagram, you would know that I'm on a 4-week win streak. We're going to try to keep it going as long as we can, hopefully get at least maybe 15, 20 weeks of a win streak. That would be absolutely awesome. But yeah, the goal is to just keep every week positive. We don't want a negative week. So this week, I really want to go through all the trades that I took and also didn't take and explain everything very well, because there's a lot of good information specifically in this week, because we had good wins, we had break evens, we didn't have any losses. Actually, no, we did have one loss. So we had one loss, and I just want to explain it all on maybe the mistakes that I made, so you guys can also trade better, and also it's a little bit of a reminder for me on things that I can do better for my trading in the future. So if you guys know my strategy, I trade on the Asia session, which means my day, or I guess my week start. What is this? Why'd this pop up? My week starts on Sundays. Sundays at 6 p.m. EST is when volume starts to kick in into the market. And I basically wait for the Asia session open for trades to be placed. So this was my trade on Sunday. It was actually a very good trade. We had higher time frame looking bearish. We wanted to continue that trend bearish, but have a reversal on the 1 minute time frame or the 5 minute time frame. And we also wanted to line up with our 0.618 zone on the fib sequence. The chart has been really glitchy today on my computer, so I'm not going to open up the higher time frame, because then it like jumps to a random spot on the chart and it takes me like 5 minutes to find where I was. But essentially, here we could see my entry. The reason why I have two different entries here was because the chart was moving very quickly. I believe, I don't remember the exact moment I entered in here. This was my entry on my first account, and then this was my entry on the second account. So I believe it was during this kind of little uptrend here that I entered in. Oh no, it was definitely, or maybe it was a little bit earlier. But it was either on one of these two uptrends here. And essentially, the first account, this was my entry, and I had a 10 pip stop loss. Because I couldn't switch accounts fast enough, I actually had a even better entry. Just because price continued upwards and I'm trying to sell short here. So this was my entry on my second account, and then I also put it at a 10 pip stop loss. The reason was because I'm risking 1%. I wanted to keep my lot size the same. So if I keep my stop loss the same, my lot size is the same. So I had my stop loss here above this wick here to try to cover market structure and also some of these upper, just general resistance zones that I wanted to cover. But we could see here that I got wicked out by literally, I don't even know if that's a pip. That might be half a pip. By 0.4 of a pip, we got wicked out, right? Very hard to see, and you have to like swallow it like a big pill, right? It kind of sucks. But essentially, first position on my main account was lost, and then on my other account, it was a win because it was the same trade, but just because we had a better entry and my stop loss was the same, we hit a 1.61 to risk reward ratio. So this was Sunday's trade, a positive of 0.6%, but they really should have been plus another 1.4% plus 1.6. It should have been 3% profit, right? But we don't get to see that, unfortunately. But it is what it is. This one was a good trade, but my main mistake was maybe I could have extended my stop loss a little bit more, or yeah, I guess that's the only thing that maybe I could have improved on. Extend my stop loss a little bit more to maybe just give myself a little bit more room, because I was a little too exact here. We can see I was giving myself less than half a pip. I think it was literally like maybe 0.2 more, half a pip more space between this top wick and where my stop loss actually was. So spread already takes me out of that point. So maybe I should have put my stop loss maybe a little bit above here, and that would have helped me save into a losing trade into a winning trade. It is what it is, but we continue on to the next day, right? Still a good win for the start of the week. We hit a plus 0.6 risk to reward ratio. Nothing to complain about. This is the second trade for the week. This is on Monday. This one should have been a killer trade. This one should have been almost a 3 to 4 risk to reward ratio, but it's super unfortunate. So originally, if you go back to the higher time frame, I had this fib sequence drawn up, and I also had this area of interest. I wanted price to retrace back into our 0.618 zone, also our fib levels, and our EMA was kind of approaching at the same time on our 5 minute time frame. It was looking for a very clean setup. Unfortunately, the retracement did not go far enough, and we didn't get any entry. I believe I had my entry right here between the 0.5 and the 0.618 zone, and then my stop loss was halfway between our 0.618 zone and our 1. So this would have, been a really good trade if we got entered in here and then, take profit maybe right around here, 2.5 to 1 risk reward ratio, and would have happened within 10-20 minutes. Would have been really good. We didn't get to see that, unfortunately, so I was still looking in other positions that we could enter. And we can see here, oh, I don't know why the other indicator closed my sessions. There we go. So Asia session opens up, and we can see that we got a nice another 1 minute shift of structure to the upside after kind of this downtrend here, breaking up this top and just continuing bullish momentum. So I wanted to get in on this bullish momentum. It's following the EMA very well on the 1 minute time frame as well. So I drew up another fib sequence, waited for a retracement back into our 0.618 zone, which we got very well. We respected our market structure, and we just went straight into the profit. Like, we can just see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes in, we were already at a 1.5 risk to reward ratio. This is where I messed up two things. I should have closed my trade here because my stop loss was bigger than normal. And I normally always try to leave 8 to 10 pips, sometimes 12 pip stop loss. But this stop loss is a little too big. I always keep my stop loss below market structure. So my stop loss really should have been right around here at 10 pips. If my stop loss was at 10 pips, then we would have been at a 2 to 1 risk to reward ratio, where I would have put my take profit just to close out the trade, because I don't like to be greedy and try to go for 2.5s really, or anything above that, unless I have very clear indication that we're heavily in the bullish direction. We can see here I wasn't too confident with the bullish direction, mainly because we already had a very big push upwards, and we were continuing a push upwards, and I was scared that we were going to receive another retracement back into our lower area of interest. So that's why I should have not been too greedy. I should have closed my position up there, but I had a bigger stop loss, which kind of led me to be a little bit more greedy and trying to shoot for a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, which unfortunately did not happen. And we just slowly trickled all the way back down into our break even, where I took out my trades from there. So this one was a break even trade, which was super unfortunate, because then if you literally see what happens, after 3 minutes, 4 minutes of me breaking even, price booms to the upside again, where it just continues to skyrocket for the rest of the Asia session. I mean, obviously I'm never holding for this long, but we could see it would have hit 1 to 8. If I did leave my position in at the proper time, even if I had my 12 pip stop loss here, I would have closed probably somewhere after this big push upwards, right around here, probably hitting a 1 to 2.3. Obviously, I'm not going to count that as a win. This was a break-even trade for the day, for the week, for this particular day. So overall, it's really unfortunate to see, a lot of profit on your account, and then you don't get to capitalize off of it because you didn't close your trade and you're trying to be greedy, and then it hits your stop loss at break-even. It is what it is, but we continue on to the next day. Wednesday, we had no trade. That was basically just a plain day. Didn't want to trade that day. And then Thursday came around. Thursday is our last day because we don't have an Asia session on Friday. So Thursday is the last day of the trading week for us. And this was a beautiful trade, right? We had another very strong push to the downside on the 1 minute and 5 minute time frames, waited for our retracement, which we did perfectly. We waited for our 0.618 zone, which we did perfectly. Waited for our EMA, which we did perfectly, and we could see it rejected also this lower time frame market structure very well and respected this area of interest. So very high confidences for this trade. This one was a very easy trade. Honestly, I entered at a good time, right? I had my entry here, right above the 0.618 zone, because I wanted to use this supply zone and also this lower market structure here. So it was a little bit above the 0.618 zone, but there was also even another opportunity for another entry. This is something I wouldn't normally do, but for high probability trades like this, it definitely can be considered. You have another 1 minute push to the downside with lots of volume from the Asia session, showing you that we are going to continue downwards, right? We're breaking below our 1 minute EMA here as well. We're breaking below 1 minute market structure because we could see here we're continuing bullish. And then also we have this kind of 1 minute market structure here. So we break below, we come back up where you could have had another entry, creating a left head and then the right shoulder, where you could have put in another sell position at the 0.618 zone. I wouldn't recommend having a stop loss this small though. 4 pip stop loss is very, very tight. So I would have matched it to be at my other stop loss. So basically 8 pips. And if you took it down to the same take profit, you would have been up another 1.82 risk to reward ratio. And that's just how you like add to your position with very high confidence, right? But unfortunately, I did not get to do that just because I wasn't really interested in having a losing trade on the last day of the week. So I wanted to maintain that, proper headspace, good trading psychology. So overall, this was a bomb trade, very good. But, there definitely was opportunity to capitalize even more. So overall, very good trading week. And I just wanted to, bring you guys through these trades and show you exactly what kind of my thought process was and how this is every single week. Every single week we have a couple wins, maybe a loss or a break even. And in total, it overalls to a positive week. So we're going to continue our week win streak. We are a 4-for-4 win streak right now. We're going to go on next week, hopefully get a nice 5-week win streak, and then continue it on. So that's basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed just a quick little breakdown of everything, and good luck trading next week, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.